upset. I don't understand what you're so upset about.
Not everybody who goes off to the military has a grand old fucking time. I wasn't exactly one of the bros out there.
How am I supposed to know any of
Not everybody comes home a fucking hero.
All you do is write all day. You never show me what you write.
Because I feel crazy. I just want to scream all the time. Do you know what that feels like? I don't want to talk to my family or friends. I don't even want to see the sun sometimes. And I can't do anything about it because nothing works.
We have so many thousands of men and women coming home from 3 and 4 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, and we really wanted to enter into a project that asked them, what are the decisions you're making now that you've been home? What do you care about? What matters to you? We created this piece, Cadence Home, in order to be part of a community that was welcoming our veterans home and that was part of bridging this gap in understanding between veterans and non-military civilians.
Why are you acting so scared, Nate? Oh, you want to be quiet now? After all that shit you've been saying over the past year, now you want to be quiet?
I thought you said drop it.
Drop what?
Yeah, but now you're acting weird.
Why? Just because I said he's not ready to
Yo,
talk?
D just came home. What do you suggest we talk about?
Anything else? Why the fuck are we even in this place?
Whoa, easy. Fellas. What were y'all talking about? Nate, drop what?
Okay. Fuck it. I'm not a big fan of what you represent, Donovan. Is that what you want me to say, Maddie? I mean, I don't want to philosophize or anything, but what the fuck is this war about? Like, who are we protecting?
To me, the most powerful moment is when one of the veterans says, I'm not trying to be a hero, I'm not trying to be a villain, I'm just a soldier that came home.
Realize the damage you decision.
Wait, what do you know about my decisions? What do you know about the system? Speak up!
The experience of veterans is very varied. It's very different. You can't just say a veteran came home and begin to assume what that means.
Home can be a number of different things, and that's really what is at the core of Cadence Home's narrative. What happens now that they're home, and where do they find these relationships that help them get to a place of emotional home?
And so these were her brothers. Hey, little girl, watch out or those guns go off, one said, impressed with himself. She continued to lay the guns down, meticulous, perfect, absorbing the heat through a ripped hole in her cargo. She looked out the window.
Through the hot, dry haze, the moon danced on the Tigris and the Euphrates as it flowed and wound its way all night, all the way back, into her father's drawer, velvet-lined, which held the ribbons and the medals. Her dad offered each in his broad hand, the gold and silver shining, tickling her young eyes.
Lizette, how did you learn how to write like this? I mean, that was good, Lissy, like really effing good. And you have got to keep writing, like no matter what. You know, that other stuff, we'll work it out.
One of the things that's both exciting and challenging about a play without a playwright is that everyone's involved in creating it. Everyone had a level of ownership beyond just interpreting it as actors and directors, a level of creatorship that I feel really empowered the performers and shows up on stage.
The most significant thing about my involvement in Taya would have to be the creation process of putting a piece together and having the opportunity to be creative, knowing that we're going to see it on stage at some point, and that's a really good feeling, and it's something that anybody that becomes a writer takes a lot of pride in. That's really significant for me because I do lots of plays, but I don't always get to be involved in that part of it.
Cadence Home is very special to me because it talks about things that we don't talk about, so I think it's incredibly important that we bring some awareness to what returning veterans are going through and how that manifested in music was different depending on what the characters were going through and how I responded to that as a human being.
Yeah, everything's great, Mom. We just picked out the stationery. Calligraphy. Handwritten. No, I'm doing it myself. I know. Really soon. He's good. He's better. I mean, things are up and down, but it's going to be great.
Cadence Home is about getting back to civilian life and trying to to find yourself again. And I feel like it's really opened my eyes to what veterans go through when they're coming home.
Mom, I can't do this anymore.
So one of the things that's just wonderful about theater is that we live our lives in meaning, and we live our lives in narrative. We live our lives in story. And so using theater is a brilliant way of allowing audiences to watch this world of meaning unfold, to see themselves up on stage and be able to reflect on their reactions to it.
How do you look at a picture like that and tell me that that guy's not here? I mean, Scotty with his middle finger up is like he's practically saying, fuck death. How do you tell me death got him? Scotty's dead.
Yeah, he is.
I want to see my brother. D, I want to see my brother.
We have the opportunity to do this production at the Metro Baptist Church, which has been an incredible home for this play. The challenge has been the acoustics of a big, giant, beautiful church, and that it doesn't have a regular theatrical lighting grid, and there's not a proper backstage. So, if you can't fix it, feature it. In this production, there is no dark to hide in. And you have to look at this, and you have to be seen watching it and see other people watching it. We have people who are going out to fight wars on behalf of our country. How do we treat these men and women? What happens when they come back? They're around us everywhere, and we need to turn on the lights and get in the front row and start talking about it. And that's what this play does.